You're listening to MixOffAir with Duffy Moon, Amber Kay, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Lorenz. And now, Dear Diary.
I'm in one of my mad moods. I think the last time, did I say man moods or mad? I meant to say mad moods. Kelsey Lorenz is just now entering the studio. She grabbed a beer.
It smells bad in here.
It really does. That refrigerator.
You got a shot glass for beer.
I'm going to sip it.
That's how you...
this is portion control. Can you open this for me, please? I can't.
Is it a twist off or no?
I thought it was, but I think I cut my thumb.
Is that why...
Oh, wow.
Is that why the counter's all tore up over there?
Well, I didn't tear it up, so it's fine. I used the whole put up the cap against the counter and pop
I was just wondering if maybe someone else, that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
that's a nice shot of beer.
All right, so we're going to go just be honest right now. We're actually doing back-to-back podcasts. We're going to record them, and one of them is the Finer Things Club, which is coming up next.
So if the next one...
We've already started drinking, so...
Exactly.
The bosses are gone.
The bosses are gone today.
Bosses are gone.
And we're currently, we'll explain what we're drinking in the next podcast, but that doesn't matter because it's Dear Diary, and I need to let some steam off today, guys.
And it's really boring what he's mad about.
It's not.
No. Kelsey and I are going to start the Finer Things Club.
100%. Kyle is the only one with a fight in this, a dog in this fight. Okay.
No.
So we're gonna let him have it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not getting.
We agree with you, Kyle.
It's not his opinion that I'm getting mad at. It's his lack of. Okay, all right.
It's his apathy.
Let me set the stage. Yes, let me set the stage. So Zane and I, Zane is the guy that I bring him up every now and then on the radio.
You might know him as Zach.
You might know him as Zach. Amber sure does. And,
no, not like that.
Oh, no.
Amber sure does.
No, I just mean that Amber called him.
I call him Zach.
You call him
Edit
Zach.
that out.
And he was a guy who he spent like a month living with me in the trailer. We're good old friends. And now he lives in Kansas. And so we'll play video games together sometimes, and we'll start arguing about like politics or philosophy or whatever, just because we like talking about it.
Yeah, what you usually do when you're playing video games. Full show.
Yeah, we sometimes we'll play with a third person who lives in Utah, and he'll get mad at us when we start talking about it. Because he's like, guys, be quiet. We're playing a video game.
What? Yeah. He gets mad?
You have two friends?
Yeah. Well, they're not in the state. And I can tell,
you are mad.
I'm a little irritated. Okay, but it's for good reason. So we like to argue a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And so we were just in the middle of an argument about half an hour ago while I was at work, I'll admit. And we're talking about monopolies and economics, right?
And
not the board game.
Yeah,
Monopoly.
not
That's
the
what Kelsey
board
and
game.
I thought they were
I
talking
literally thought it was the argument that I had with my sister about Boardwalk. I was like, you got to make the investment. You just got to.
I agree. So I understand I haven't been to college, but I have spent like hundreds of hours in my own research for economics and learning economics at my own speed and self-teaching myself in that area. I'm not saying I'm a pro because I haven't been professionally taught, right?
Word.
And that there's a difference between self-taught teaching and being professionally taught something. It takes a lot longer to self-teach yourself because you don't know exactly how to self-teach yourself.
And you can't challenge your answers.
Right, exactly. And so you had to be really good and really thorough about... Very diligent, right.
Wow.
And so, but either way, I've spent hundreds of hours of my own time researching it, and Zane hasn't, not because he's stupid, but just because he doesn't care.
He's lazy.
Well, I wouldn't even say that.
And he's like a terrible person.
Okay, guys, this is my diary.
Zach sucks.
Sorry.
No, but that's the thing. He's not lazy because when he's actually interested in something, he'll go look it up and
Good
actually
for
go
you.
do research on it. My problem is so we were arguing about this, and I have a feeling that he knew he was losing the argument because
He was arguing about this that I had to get up because I couldn't hear, so I had to get up and go listen at the hallway for a second because I was like, "Wow, is Kyle yelling at his date? Like, what is going on right now?" And then I heard it was something.
I also thought he was talking to a girl.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I was
hilarious.
like,
I would never
oh my
talk.
gosh,
Trust
Kyle,
me, Zane
that's just rude.
The only reasons Zane and I can talk to each other how we do is because we're such good friends. I would never talk to a female.
What you think? Oh.
Well, I don't know. But anywho, so
After this podcast,
we're arguing about how monopolies exist, and we won't get into that because somehow it would get into politics and we'd get in trouble for having it right, but we won't do that.
Okay, thank you.
So I won't say which opinion we had, but he disagreed with my opinion. And I don't use an appeal to authority. I don't say, well, Zane, I've been researching this for like 3 years now, so I know more than you. I don't do that because that's a logical fallacy. And so I was saying, you know what, Zane?
I don't think we're supposed to say fallacy.
What?
Yeah.
I think we could say fallacy. I think we just can't use the word. Okay. So
I'm still so lost. That joke just went right over my head.
So for Christmas, we were going to buy each other a cigar. and smoke it. And because
Like a
what?
Like what do you do with your bro, man?
No, but I wanted to, so we were having this argument and I said, okay, hold on. So I called him up and I was like, all right, what's your address? I'm going to send you an early Christmas present. And he goes, what are you sending me? And I'm like, I'm going to send you a book on economic facts and fallacies. And it's about it's written by a renowned economist that everybody agrees.
Martha Stewart.
Amen to the woman herself.
And his name is Thomas Sowell. And he's very well respected.
Hey, that's the guy off of Ghostbusters when he's like, there is no Dina, only Zool.
Is it?
You get it?
Stool?
Sewell, Sowell, Sowell or Sowell.
Sewell.
Kind of depends on how you say
Sewell.
it. Sewell. And basically this book goes through certain statistics and then interprets them and says, okay, well, this is why it's happening. And it's not just his opinion. It's not editorializing. It's very, like, economics can be like math in certain areas. There are. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Anywho, so I send him this book and it's got a lot of great information. I've read it twice and each time I read it, I learn something new. It's absolutely fascinating.
Maybe you should pay attention when you read it.
You'll read that, but you won't read Handmaid's Tale.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man, you know what? Economy.
That's what Handmaid's Tale is what happens when the fallacies take over and the economy collapses.
Boom. Science.
Anywho,
economy, economics.
The fallacies are like the bosses, and the women have to do what they say.
I don't know about that one. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't.
I'm sorry. What?
Okay. And so I say, I'm sending you this book on economic facts and fallacies. Just give it a read. You don't have to read the whole thing if you don't want to. It's like 300 pages long. Just read bits and pieces. Just go through, maybe find like a topic that you actually are interested in, and then read about it. Because there's headlines, there's headers, there's title, there's chapters.
Right. Like a book.
And he says, I'm probably not going to read it. And I go, why? And he goes, well, I'm just not that interested in this kind of stuff. And I go, but we're having arguments about it, and you're pushing forth ideas, and what, you're just thinking about this kind of stuff in your head? You think you're a genius? And he's like, no, I don't find it that interesting. I might go and watch a video about it on YouTube, which is what I do as well, but I'm not going to read a whole book about it because it's repetitive and it's boring and I'm not interested in it. And so it's so irritating to me because
did you tell him, hey, I'll look for the Audible?
Oh yeah, he meant
audio book. So you can sit and listen to it.
That's besides the point.
Dude, I just took care of everything.
He still wouldn't do it. Because it proves him wrong. That's not why. I'm speculating there. But it was so irritating to me how it's like, no, I'm just not going to read it. Just not going to read it. Not interested.
Well, Kyle, this is a common problem in our society is that people don't want to put the work in. They just want to reap the reward. And so
that's why
there's no quality in a lot of things because they don't put the work in leading up to it.
That's why I don't have an opinion on anything.
But Kelsey, if I asked you, here's the thing. Here's the great thing about you, Kelsey. If I asked you, hey, Kelsey, what do you think about the broken window fallacy? You would say,
what the hell is that?
Right. And then you'd go, I just don't care. And I respect that because you're being honest.
I would go look it up because it was you asking.
Right. But if you asked me about something that I didn't care about, I'd go, I don't know. I mean,
what about women's rights?
Right. I don't.
I'm just kidding.
Trying to set me up there, Kelsey.
Oh, don't go there again.
But God, I feel better now that I've been able to yell a little bit. But and I'm going to send this podcast to him.
Wowzers.
And I'm going to know, Zane, I love you, man. I really do. I do think you're smart. I think you're capable. I think you can understand these cop sets. You just gotta read it.
You're professing your love.
It takes a lot of self-awareness and what's the word? It's not. I always forget this word, Kyle. What is it? It's not enlightenment. It's when you know why you do what you do.
Self-actualization?
No, it doesn't have the word self.
Okay.
Remember, I forgot about it before, and then
you realize your capabilities.
No, like you know why you do what you do.
So I know self-awareness is kind of synonymous to that, but I think I know what you're looking for.
I like
you have insight.
Insight into yourself.
Self-insight. Is that the word I'm looking for?
No. I mean that's right.
Do you remember me forgetting this word before, and then we remembered it? Because I said it was on Dr. Phil, and he was saying you have to have this to understand why you do what you do.
You gotta have.
It seems like it started with a V, but I don't think that's right.
No, I don't know.
It might have started with a V.
But it's synonymous with self.
You have to have insight, but that's not the right word. To know what you don't know.
Right.
And some people, they can't they can't just accept that they don't know something. They're going to argue it instead of just being like, well, I don't know a lot about that. So, you know, I'm going to take a step back.
And I totally get that because I'm a human. I do that too.
Yeah.
I think everyone does it to some extent.
I don't.
But I also feel like if I don't know something, I'll be honest with you. I'll go, I don't know. And with the little I do know, here's what I think. And I'll try to disclaim it with, by the way, this is my opinion. Or if I don't, I just assume that it's...
Kelsey, look up synonyms for insight.
Yeah, synonymous for insight and self-awareness. But yeah, okay, I've got it off my chest. I think I'll be okay. My eye's still twitching, but that's fine. We can move on to the Finer Things Club.
And you will never talk about economics and monopoly and phalluses again.
Unless it's the board game.